Hey, everybody, it's Red State update on the thing, on the sound talking.
Do you think there's like a podcast school that teaches people how to do exciting intros? Some podcasts have a theme song come on like da-da-da-da-da.
We have a thing.
On this podcast, we talk to this exciting person.
No, you
and there's
have
a story about this, and then we make fun of a movie. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
There's a song already, but we want to play it after you do. Supposed to do sponsors, then play song, then do whatever else we're doing.
And this is a You Ask 'em. This is one of our podcasts where we ask listeners, the folks, the people at home like you, hey, Marty, that send us questions, and then we go through our Facebook and our Twitter, and we got one on Instagram this time. We're going to answer all those, but there's a bunch of them, so this podcast might run a little long. So normally, we got the sponsors.
All day. If people are asking foolish questions, I'm going to skip them. People try to be silly, and I've taken my time to answer the questions, and they use language and try to make me cuss or something like that. I'm just going to skip those. I'm telling you right now. But everybody else, thank you for participating. We appreciate you.
We got a lot of questions from the same person not one person, several people gave us several questions, which we appreciate because they probably look on there and go, ain't nobody doing this. I better give them 4 or 5. But we might only do one per questioner. We're not sure. We're just going to have to see how it goes. If Jackie doesn't like your first question, he's probably not going to let you get another one in there. Jackie runs a tight ship.
I put my glasses on so I can read them on the computer.
We got a computer right here.
Yeah.
Folks, people, we probably don't even have time. How we usually start out is I say something like, Jackie, what do you think about springtime? Or something like that. And then Jackie goes on into a long tirade about how he's too old for spring.
No, I ain't too old for spring. I like spring just fine. And summer afterwards, I like it all.
But we don't have time for that sort of digression today. You like spring?
It's nice weather, yeah. When it gets summertime, it gets hot, but I used to hot all the time. I wear, back in the kitchen, I hot all the time, so it don't bother me.
You work in a kitchen. You didn't have your village bombed in Vietnam. You work in a kitchen. A ton of people work in a kitchen. I'm just saying,
people say, all good enough with the humidity, and that's just so bad. My air conditioner, it don't mean nothing to me. I lived here all my life, so.
But springtime has some of that weather, and then it's got cold weather, and then a tornado comes and blows your asshole away.
Well, hey, you don't have to say it that way. Don't talk that way. Well, as far as global warming is concerned, it'll be me and other people, other cooks, still walking around. If that's true, which I know it ain't scaring me, but if it is true, I'll be ready for it.
Well, there'll be plenty to eat. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There may not be any food, but there'll be plenty of people who know how to cook it.
Yeah, well. The sun ain't going to kill the food, is it?
Well, what y'all might need to do is kill each other. Just take turns
right.
killing each other, and you fricassee. I'm going to fricassee up this person.
I saw that movie at an airplane. All ate each other.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's good, yeah. I mean, that's a true story. That's what happens. You get up. That's cold. I don't like winter. You're more likely to eat somebody when it's cold out than it is when it's warm, I think, personally.
Yeah. Well, because when it's hot, you don't want nothing heavy. You might have like a light salad.
Something light, yeah.
With like a citrus dressing.
Yeah.
But you're not going to tear into a hunk of Arnie.
No.
That's winter. Cannibalism is a winter thing.
That's always been. That's always. Was it Donner Potter is? Yeah,
that's winter.
Always been cold.
Silence of the Lambs, I think, is cold, right? Are they wearing jackets?
I don't know. He just ate because he's mean, right?
Well, what about Buffalo Bill?
Did he eat them?
Well, he was getting them ready to eat. Or was he? He was just going to take their skin and wear their skin.
I can't remember all that stuff.
That's right.
Old Hansable lectures. And he's real, thinks he's smarter than everybody and put on airs, and I'll eat you. I remember it. I've seen it a few times, yeah.
Is that what you hate the most about Hannibal Lecter?
What?
Is his Frasier-like quality?
It's like Fraser. If Fraser ate people, that's who it'd be.
It would.
And they'd
That
lock
is
him
true.
up. And everybody said, "Oh, it's scary. It's scary." They didn't scare me. It's just up. Are you scared of college professors? The person that teaches art in high school. If that's what scares you, then Silence of the Lambs right up your alley. You need to watch that and get scared. I like little Jodie Foster. She did pretty good Southern accent. A lot of actors can't do good Southern accent. I like hers. I wish she'd do it more.
How would she? Where would that ever come up where she'd have to do that exact accent?
I don't know. Just I like how she talks in there. It sounds good. Sounds like home. And then of course he comes in and messes it all up. But
it's a little bit like Roz and Frasier.
What? What are you doing to the computer?
Nothing. Why?
You got your hand on the thing. I just wonder what you was doing.
I was getting ready to go look at our. We got to do our
I don't know
sponsors
how it works.
first, but I was just going to say. So look at here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
and this
7,
is on
8. This is on Twitter. Then over here on Facebook, we've got, and some of these we may have to limit it to one question per asker. Because these, like what? Damn, I don't even know. 50 questions or so on here?
I don't know. I can't.
And then one on Instagram. Maybe we'll start off with our Instagram question after we do our sponsors.
Use that thing to go through it. And I can't see the words anyways. You got a way to make it all bigger, so I got my glasses on to make it bigger. I can read it.
Really? Let me see. You can zoom in.
Ain't there something? Old people. I've seen old people at the coffee place looking at computers. So there must be a setting on it. There's got to be an old person sitting on it. There you go. I can almost read that. Not really, but most of it.
Folks, if you're listening to this, I just want you to know that the people watching it on YouTube are getting no more out of it than you are.
Yeah.
I just made the font bigger on a screen that no one can see except for me and Jackie.
Nobody likes that, watching somebody else on a computer. Nobody likes that. That's not good. Anytime there's a movie or something, somebody get on a computer, start tapping on something like that. Change the channel. Get off of it.
You never see Marshall Dillon typing on a computer?
Hell no, you wouldn't. You would never see such a thing. He wouldn't do it. He'd say, get that on away from me. I got business to take care of, Oh, we got a surprise on this. I won't tell everybody. We ask y'all to send in songs for a closing song. So at the end it'd come on. None of you did. So we put together a little something. I think you're gonna hear it for the first time.
I think you're really gonna like it.
At the end. It's at the very end of it.
We got a closing song this week, folks, and I think you're really gonna like it.
Well, I hope so anyway.
As long as we're doing house cleaning, if you give us house cleaning, as long as we're doing house cleaning, we'll call it house cleaning on this podcast. As long as we're doing house cleaning, let me say that I think all of our Kickstarter stuff is done.
Have a bit of it, yeah.
In the mail.
Yeah.
Done or in the mail.
Yeah.
If you are the only person who shouldn't have received the thing yet is Jenny, Jussel, or Giselle.
But we have a personal agreement with her, and just leave it at that. It's personal.
Nobody's going to want to leave it at that. They're going to know what we did to this woman.
We didn't do nothing. They said we're running a little late. We had to go to New Hampshire. We're running a little late. You mind if we send it to you next month? She said, oh, hell, I don't care.
And we asked that for a couple other people, but y'all should have got yours. If you want to give us enough money to get a painting, those paintings went out in the mail.
Yep.
All the commentaries on the movies went out in the mail. The T-shirts went out in the mail.
Did anybody
the
listen
hats.
to the Burt Reynolds things? Ain't no way of us knowing if anybody heard the Burt Reynolds things or not.
We put the Burt Reynolds things up on so you could download them, your Burt Reynolds commentary. We put them up there. We
got no way of knowing if
we
anybody.
don't have any way of knowing.
Oh, we did what was expected of us. It's
right.
all in your hands at this point. We did it all, as far as I know.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you. But, yeah, we sure do appreciate it. Yeah, all that money's gone, but we went through it pretty quick. But all this mess.
Is that all the house cleaning we need to do?
As far as I know, yeah.
Folks.
Get my sponsor then.
Yeah, it's sponsor time.
Get that out of the way. We got a lot of questions. There's a bunch of questions here we got to answer, so let's get to it.
Just checking in. We're at 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
Are you timing me? What do you mean?
Yeah. Well, we're timing. That shows you how long we've been doing
all
the
right,
podcast.
I can get through my sponsor real quick. It's supposed to be that way anyway, so here we go. It's a sponsor I had past couple weeks. Great sponsor. It's TV Buffet. You know it. You eat there. It's delicious. TV Buffet. They're keeping the name, but changing the game. That's a new slogan there. TV Buffet. Come in there, got all good food, just a good buffet. Man at the end, slice it for you, dressed, chef hat, everything, roast beef, whatever. Just slice it right off, put it on the plate before that. Everything you can think of that you want on a buffet, it's there. It's delicious. TV Buffet. Come on down now. The next few weeks, come on in. You're going to get some free earplugs. Going to pass. Everybody gets a set of earplugs. Take them out, put them in your ear, sit down, enjoy a delicious meal. TV Buffet. It's good food. If you hungry and want to take a family out and get some good food in you, stick to your ribs kind of food, heavy foods, come on down to TV Buffet. They sure will fix you up. That's TV Buffet.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, hell, you said I'm being timed. Now, you be timed on this end. I'm timed to saying it, and now you time yourself.
I can ask.
Whatever hell you want to ask.
I can be pretty efficient asking this
right.
question. Why are they giving out earplugs?
Well, it used to be at TV Buffet, had TVs on everywhere, and you sit down, you'd watch it while you go down and whatnot, but just decided,
They were hanging at the buffet.
They were along the buffet, TV screens, and then up in the corner of every building, and every which channel, all that cable was on there, and that cost too much, so, didn't need to do that, so it turned that off. And now it's just they ain't got nothing. No, they don't have. Some places have music play. They don't do that either.
You said they weren't set up.
They weren't set up for music. They set up for TV. When that wasn't working, decided to get rid of the TV.
Said it was too expensive.
Well,
it seems like he should have planned for a
he planned on a lot of things.
Bill.
He planned on a lot of things. He's ahead of the game, thinking of something out of the box, as they say, as far as buffets are concerned.
No, that would be in the box if I was starting a TV place and I forgot to check the cost of having TVs on.
They just one little thing goes wrong, but it didn't go wrong because now saving all that money, getting that good food out, people still want to eat. But for last week, what happened a couple of times, 3 times, maybe 4 times, I don't know about all that particulars, but it just does something to people when there ain't nothing, no music or nothing, and all you hear is just, the silverware clanking on the plate in everybody's mouth, eating the food, and that, making different people make different sounds when they eat, and that's nature, and that's what it is. Some people, and then some people just sip, and, that's all bit. But that's all you could hear in there, and people got on under people's skin, got on the nerves, whatever. A couple of fights broke out. Table got broke.
They broke a table?
Broke a table and a chair. And I don't know what all happened. But this kept happening. So come on in. You put these earplugs in, and you eat a delicious meal, and I have to worry about all that, mouth sounds, and then the silverware, and there's a scooping, the scooping of the beans and whatever else you scooping out and putting on your plate. That splat sound, it makes, you shouldn't have to do it that way. Do it polite, just lightly do it. But sometimes, people like in prison,
that may be the worst. That may be the worst of the sounds. Splat.
All of that. You got people lined up to the buffet. Everybody sitting all over a restaurant eating, and all those sounds combined, understandably, can get in. Bother some people, not everybody, but after a period of time, if you eat and go, maybe it won't bother you. But if you sit around and, so the earplugs, free earplugs, so you don't have to worry about none of that. Ain't nobody going to break a table. Ain't nobody going to tear up a chair. They're just going to enjoy some delicious food at TV Buffet. Put your earplugs in, sit down, eat your meal, and you're going to enjoy it. You sure are. TV Buffet, that's my sponsor. Is that, you got any more damn questions?
I do.
Oh, hell.
I do have some more questions. I guess the main question I have is, what if you want to talk to whoever you're eating with and you have earplugs in?
Why would you? That's the point. Why do you want someone talking across from you? You like to, eat with your mouth closed. Don't talk with food in your mouth.
Look.
That's when you sit down to eat, you eat. You don't sit there and hey, all that.
That's what you do. You have.
Well.
If you're a caveman, you eat like that, but you can politely conduct. Back in the 1800s.
Why would you waste your breath? You're wasting your breath. They can't hear you anyway. They got earplugs in the ears. So you can sit there and mutter or be polite, excuse me, ma'am, whatever you want trying to talk. If I can't hear you, they can't hear you. You're wasting your breath. Worry about what's on your plate, not what you got to say.
Look, you can talk and eat and do it in a way where you're not slurping, smacking, or splatting.
All right.
In the 1800s, they were all about politeness, age of innocence, and they managed to talk and not slurp. Now, if they brought somebody in from the gutter and tried to pass him off as my fair lady, and he was eating, he'd be like slurp, smack, splat, and people get mad at him. Michelle Pfeiffer liable to break a table. I may be combining a couple different things.
Well, you left a Donner Party out. They slapping, eating, and, eat like a good cannibal or whatever the hell. Open your own damn restaurant, and you have them eat however you want them to eat. And if you don't like TV buffet and you got a lot of questions, go down there, sit outside, and ask everybody that comes out and leave me the hell alone over it.
I guess another question I have is Chick-fil-A, famous restaurant.
I know what Chick-fil-A is.
Infamous restaurant.
Well, it's good food either way.
Has started a thing where they have a box where all the family comes in to eat at Chick-fil-A, as families do.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to put their cell phones in that box until dinner is over.
I like that
and
idea.
Then all the straight people get their phones back. And gay people get them back after a 24-hour period where Chick-fil-A staff go through the pictures.
What?
Just to make sure.
Well, yeah, Chick-fil-A got a box for your phones. They're taking that from me. I got a phone bucket outside.
Yep, Chick-fil-A has a I think they call it like a phone coop or something like that.
Yeah.
Keeping with the chicken theme. But to me, it sounds like they ripped off Jackie Donald Trump Broyles.
Now, you slipped the phone in a couple times on me, but most of the time I remember. I'm getting up in age. I don't remember like I used to. I don't want NSA, all that, Obama. Don't want him looking in my house. Don't want him looking at me. Don't want him looking at my wife. I don't want him to see anything in there. So if you come over my house, you put your phone in the damn phone bucket. This ain't to make anybody talk or anything like that.
It's
like
just
Chick-fil-A, they trying to do. So I
freedom.
don't give a damn about whether you talk or not. Yeah, freedom. Just put that. You ain't stepping a foot in my house without putting the phone in a bucket before you come in. It's outside the door.
The reason I called you Jackie Donald Trump Broyles was because I always think it's funny when they call him Donald J. Trump. It reminds me of Bullwinkle J. Moose.
You lucky I didn't catch on you calling me that.
I was going to try to come up with a weird, insulting middle initial, and I couldn't think of one. And then my brain just went to Donald Trump. It's got nothing to do with anything. It was just sort of a faux pas, I guess you could say.
Why do you...
Folks, so
Quit
that's
timing
TV
me.
buffet.
I said TV buffet, and half of that was him asking me questions.
Why
Take it out
can't
of
he
there.
have a...
There's 18 damn minutes of me trying to get through. Just tell people to come to a restaurant. It should be...
It is quiet in there, folks. Now, let me tell you, I don't know what it is about the building. I stepped in there the other day. I was like, I'm going to go to this TV buffet, see what it's like without the TVs. Jackie's been really raving about it. So I stepped in there, and it was so quiet. I might put my foot on the floor coming in the door, open the door, put my foot in the door, put it on the ground, creak. Like you can hear yourself walking around in there. It's so quiet. I don't know if it's something about the construction of the building and all. It's like every sound. It's like creak, eat, splat, smack, chomp, spit, clink.
It's a restaurant. That's the sounds of any restaurant.
Not that gross. It's almost like it's haunted by ghosts who have the power to make your mouths sound worse.
Why?
So I got the hell out of there. I said, I don't understand why people break a table or a chair in here because I won't put my foot through that motherfucker over there.
Watch your mouth.
Slurping them noodles.
I ain't going to listen to that language.
Smacking them
Watch
lips.
your mouth. Watch your mouth.
It's under my skin. So that's TV buffet, folks. Go on down there.
I said it already. Now you doing my sponsor. Do your own damn sponsor. Worry about that.
Jackie?
What?
What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas always top. Christmas always everybody's favorite.
Well, that's typical. That is typical.
Ain't
Easter
typical.
can't catch a break.
Oh, I don't care nothing about Easter. Easter's a bunch of stuff is silly. It should be about Lord coming back, dying from my sins.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be running around getting eggs and stuff.
Exactly, Jackie. I think you and I are going to see eye to eye on this, along with my sponsor, Easter turkeys.
What?
Folks, what are the most popular holidays? Jackie just nailed it when he said Christmas. Everybody loves Christmas. Sorry, if you're not Christian, that's your bad luck.
You're missing out, I'll tell you that right now.
Christmas is something else.
Yeah.
I mean, you can probably tell when you're walking around wherever you live and seeing the families wearing those colorful sweaters, giving each other presents, hugging, the bright lights of the tree reflected in their tear-moistened eyes as they gaze lovingly at their loved ones, eat good food. What's part of that food? A turkey. What's number 2 holiday on the list? Thanksgiving. Sorry, it just is.
That's turkey. You're supposed to have turkey for real then. That's when you really got to have turkey.
That's your main turkey day.
It's got pictures of it. That's part of what the holiday is. You show someone a turkey, and that's the first thing to think of, Thanksgiving.
Second thing is Christmas. Even though some people have ham on Christmas, you got a choice.
It's true, yeah.
But what about Easter? Why don't we eat turkey on Easter?
No, you eat ham, Easter ham.
Nope.
Everybody does ham.
Not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore?
Now it's Easter turkey. Easter is the day that Jesus Christ, who, no matter what you say or what evidence you've gathered, was real and existed and was murdered and come back to life and lives in heaven and looks at us.
He died for your sins, too.
Your sins.
All that awful stuff. He's watching and saying, this is what I died for. This is what I died for. This is probably what he's saying most of the time to some of you.
That is all 100% true, and no one can argue with any of that.
Yeah.
And yet, Easter, the day that celebrates Jesus getting back up and getting to it, is third most popular holiday at best. Because most people, let's be honest, like Halloween better.
Oh, yeah, trick or treat, yeah. There's children like that, like eating candy, yeah.
So, what is it that makes these other holidays more important than Easter? It's the turkey. Wow. You eat turkey on the most important holidays. You eat it on Christmas. You eat it on Thanksgiving. You don't eat it on Halloween because that's for babies. But you should eat it on Easter, which is the day that Jesus couldn't take it anymore and said, I will not let you defeat me. Here comes some lightning.
Wow. Turkey's fine.
For our sins.
Turkey is on Christmas sometimes and always Thanksgiving. Easter ham. I've eaten a couple of good Easter hams.
Yeah, well, no more. If Jackie, I tell you what happens if you burn that Easter ham?
Women down the street bring it to me. I don't cook it myself. You know, they always bring Miss Broyles me, plate made up, sometimes with a lot, sometimes with a little. But it's usually always good Easter ham, yeah.
You know, Mylan Bill Russell?
Mylan Bill Russell?
Yep. I want you to program Mylan Bill Russell's.
Is that Nolan Bill Russell's son?
Yeah. Nolan Bill Russell started Bill Russell's Turkeys back, Lord knows how old is Nolan Bill Russell?
I don't know. He had that for a while. It's a farm, wasn't it? They had a farm.
And Mylan Bill Russell took it over from Nolan Bill Russell when Nolan got too mean to work it anymore.
I mean, too mean.
Well, turkeys don't like mean people.
Oh, hell.
I mean, according to Mylan, Mylan's got some kind of hippie ideas about turkey farming. But it must be working because he's got so many goddamn turkeys.
All right, watch your mouth.
He's trying to work this Easter angle. So, Jackie, I want you to program Mylan Bill Russell's phone number into your iPhone or your Android device.
I don't have any of that stuff. I don't know how
and
this
this
thing
Easter,
works.
Go to the store and get you a nice Easter ham and put it in the oven and cook it till it's nice and juicy and maybe a little crisp on the outside.
Yeah.
You pull that out and then throw it out the goddamn window and give Mylan Bill Russell a call and say, I need an Easter turkey. Everybody's over here hungry. We want to make Easter third again, and we are just waiting on you. And Mylan Bill Russell will deliver for no extra fee except for $10, a live turkey to your home or place of business or place of worship.
Why not get one on Christmas and Thanksgiving when he's supposed to have turkey? Can he bring them over then?
Well, I mean, he's got more business than he can handle then. By Easter, these turkeys are really stacking up. Look, I don't know how raising turkeys work. I don't know when they're in heat and doing it and when all them eggs hatch. I don't understand. There has to be a better way of doing it than Mylan Bill Russell is doing it, and he'll be the first to admit he doesn't really understand it either. And his daddy, Nolan's so mean he can't even bring himself to ask him.
Yeah, mean people can run a farm. I mean, I've seen it done before. I don't know what the hell.
Mylan says it's really harsh and the turkey's mellow.
Well, I don't know what that means.
They're cheap.
Leave it to the turkey farmers because I don't know first thing about it.
Me neither. All I know is we're trying to make Easter 3 again, and we need Mylan Bill Russell and all the extra turkeys he's got over there at Easter Turkeys to make that happen. Look, you can eat turkey year-round. You can eat it on Christmas. You can even eat it on Halloween if you want to be weird. But what you need to do if you love Jesus and you love Christians more than other religions is order you up a Easter turkey. Now, this is...
You can love Jesus and know that it's the best religion without, don't matter what you eat. And don't tell people that they got to have a turkey to...
Let me just say
to love
this.
Jesus, because that ain't true. You can eat a Hershey bar and love Jesus know that he died for your sins. That's all you need to know.
Let me just tell you something, Jackie, and I think this may change your mind. Now, Mylan Bill Russell, is kind of a hippie. He's a Bernie Sanders supporter, but he understands that you got to market things. He knows which side of the bread the butter goes on in Tennessee. So he's been talking to Sarah Palin's people. He's trying to get her to write a book about Easter, saying everybody needs to eat turkey to make it as important as the other big 2 holidays, make Easter 3 again. So he's been in contact with Sarah Palin's people, which he said sounded like her disguising her voice.
What?
But he said if she can get that book out, he'll be sitting pretty. He says it goes against everything he stands for, but he's an old hippie and he's used to selling out.
I don't care. First thing, but if you sell turkey, just say turkey delivery or whatever the hell it is. Just say that. You don't have to say it's just for Easter. Like you said, people eat it all year round, but to call it Easter turkey, that don't make any sense. Easter ham, that makes sense. I've heard that before.
Well, that sounds like somebody who don't love Jesus.
Well, I don't know about that, because if somebody sat down in the store and we were sitting there talking, how was your Easter? Oh, it's delicious. We had the most delicious. We had, cooked our Easter turkey. You'd be looking at him like, well, that's some religion I ain't familiar with, because we eat Easter ham.
I guess you will have to talk that over with Sarah Palin or possibly St.
I
Peter.
don't talk anything to anybody
on Judgment Day.
What are you talking about?
So that is Easter turkey, folks. Get with the program if you love Jesus and appreciate what he did for you. And TV Buffet, an awful place where your nerves will be set on edge.
It ain't so bad. Put the earplugs in and enjoy a good meal.
Don't go in there expecting to talk to anyone that you arrived with, unless you can talk to them and also have a room full of people basically smacking in your ear and clinking a fork against a plate.
All right. When you go there, talk about how hungry you are. Get out, eat. On the way home, talk about how good it was. That's it.
He should do to-go. I bet his to-go business has tripled lately.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't tell him.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
I asked Jackie Bowles ready to read these. Got to go fast. How long we got to answer all these questions? People have been sending questions.
Well, we try to keep it around an hour. We're at about half an hour in, and we have a bunch of questions on Twitter.
All right, let's go.
Facebook, and we got one on Instagram.
Well,
and we're just going to barrel through them, folks. We're just going to barrel through them.
And some on iTunes, too, right?
I don't think so.
Some on iTunes.
I don't think that's how it works.
Twitter is iTunes, yeah.
A lot has been going on. Donald Trump debates, Super Tuesday, Super Saturday. This election is like nothing anyone's ever seen before. We're just barely hanging on, trying to keep up with it. North Korea, crazy. The Middle East, nuts. Everything is going wrong.
And today, we're going to do a whole one of these, I hope, or talk more about it. But today we lost Nancy Reagan, bless her soul. And she's up in heaven, Ronnie. I know he missed her, so they're together. And I'm trying to put on a happy face about that. She's 94 years old.
I mean, she did pretty good.
She did good.
So I'm sure we got some questions about that. I'm sure you guys have asked some insightful, thought-provoking questions. We're going to get right to it. We're going to start on Instagram. Wally B, 1969. I guess that's a year. It could be a sexual reference.
What?
Wally B, 1969 says, what is your favorite Nancy Reagan memory? I liked when she, starting right off with it, Jackie.
Good.
What is your favorite Nancy Reagan memory? I liked when she sat on Mr. T's lap and her different strokes appearance. God rest her soul.
Yeah, she's trying to tell all the children, get off drugs. She said it for a few years. Nobody listened to her. They should have. All you youngins out there running around doing drugs. If you wish you had Nancy Reagan in your lifetime, maybe you would have stopped, some of you. But it didn't. War on drugs kept on going.
Yeah, I can remember that, and it didn't. It actually probably encouraged me to do it more. Not that I had anything against Nancy Reagan, but just anybody telling you to do something just makes you want to do it that much more, especially drugs.
Well, she tried, and that's what counts. Is she tried to, and I like all the moments that she had standing behind or beside Ronald Reagan. Every one of those moments is what I was going to be in my heart for the rest of my years. So I'm glad I lived through it. Bless her soul.
So that was old. That was actually old Philip Wallace. Wally B, 1969.
Was she over there when they knocked a wall down? Was she there?
In Germany?
Yeah. Wasn't she there? I remember. Thought she was there. Like, get out of the way, you know.
Oh, well, she might like just underfoot. Folks, we're moving to Twitter now. Lone Wolf says, would Jackie rather smoke meth once or kiss Ted Cruz on the lips for 10 seconds?
Oh, good God. I wouldn't want to do either one of those.
Well, you got to make a choice.
That's
how it works.
If somebody puts it secret, that's a drug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Meth. That's what they make your teeth go out.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody secret put it in a sandwich or something, and I got it in me that way, that's how I'd do it, because I wouldn't know.
Well, what if Ted Cruz secret, like, come into your bedroom and kiss you?
No, he ain't gonna. He better not try to come in my bedroom, Ted Cruz. Nobody ought to, but especially not him. Huh?
Okay, so you take your meth in a sandwich.
Like I said,
like you're giving a dog medicine.
Well, not knowing if it was to surprise me, yeah. That's the best answer I can give on that.
Okay, so Twitter we got, I don't know, I should have looked at these. Okay, so somebody says, not a question, but a tribute to the silent partner who accompanied you on your big New Hampshire tour, and it was a video of Groucho Marx and Dick Cavett.
Well, what is that? Dick Cavett was there?
And then this is from Old Lady, and then she gives us a picture of Charlie Chaplin. Says, here's proof that Trump isn't Hitler, but they definitely knew each other. And the Mussolini guy next to the Charlie Chaplin Hitler guy.
Yeah.
You like Charlie Chaplin?
No.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Old Lady. Sorry, Jackie doesn't like Charlie Chaplin. He thinks he's...
he's just too cute, looking in the camera like, look at me, look at me. And I just never care for that kind of...
Jafafa Hot says, how's Jackie feel about this bear in a swimming pool? And if you had one, would you let a bear use it? So there's a video here. It's probably a bear in a swimming pool. I don't know if I click on it, is that going to...
You'll hear it on the thing.
I guess we'll hear it on the thing. So how's Jack? Let's just, in theory, how do you feel about a bear in a swimming pool?
Well, I like to see bears swim anywhere. I like it when they catch a fish, mostly when on the nature show, fish jump out and the bear catch it right in its mouth. And that's a talented bear. And some of them is in the wild, and some of them, circus. Swim pool be circus bear.
So you would let a bear use your pool if...
Well, if I wouldn't necessarily invite bears to come, wouldn't put honey everywhere. Like, get in here, come on, bear. Of course, honey, that's just cartoon. Bears like trash, what they like. Bear get into trash, any kind of trash. You got a trash can and bears around, they're going to get into it. But I don't want to advertise it for bears. But if one got in there, I'd, try to find my Kodak, take a picture or something on.
Kodiak. Hey, are bears making their way into Middle Tennessee? I think I've heard that people have seen some. Am I wrong? Crazy? Has anybody seen a bear? Is that a true thing?
Up East Tennessee, black bear.
Yeah, in East Tennessee. But I keep hearing that like they starting to show up around. Has anybody seen? Could have been one bear.
Put the trash out there, they'll be there.
Well,
bear
people got to
trash.
put their trash
I know, but I'm saying you just run a risk.
Dr. Rot Doc Palindrome says, how's Mr. Slaw?
Oh, bless your heart for asking. He ain't doing too good. I'll be honest. He ain't doing well. His heart's gonna be broken for two reasons today over Nancy Reagan, and he didn't. Why the Lord take her and not take me? That's what you'd hear pretty much. But bless his heart, bless his soul. We'll give him your best for him if you wants to.
We're gonna try to stick to one question per person, but I will combine thoughts on the Ghostbusters trailer and how do you feel about the Gilmore Girls revival?
Well, Ghostbusters.
DJ Bowles says, if Sanders is elected and minimum wage does go up, will Jackie give 2 bologna sandwiches to the homeless that sweep his floor?
I'm going to give the right amount of bologna sandwich for the right amount of work. Now, if they sweep up a parking lot, that's what I've always done, give you a bologna sandwich. But if you sweep up parking lot and then go out back and clean up some brush area, you don't weeds everything all around the back of the store. You don't worry about that in the back because people pull in the front. But if they want to go back there, then I'll give them another bologna sandwich. And they can come in and mop the floors depending on how the personal, some people like that, I don't let them in the store because it would bother customers. Some, they pass for, they can come in and get something to eat and go out and nobody notice. But some of them, I don't let them in there, but I take the food to them.
I think what DJ's asking is if Sanders gets in and he tells you have to give them
He ain't going to tell me nothing. Sanders ain't going to tell me a damn thing. He tell me I can't give a homeless person, can't give charity, then the hell with him. I know he wants everything to be free, but you clean up that parking lot, you going to get a bologna sandwich. That's the way it's been, the way it's always going to be.
Bologna ain't free, Bernie Sanders.
Plus, he ain't going to win. Hell, that's the last thing I need to worry about. Bernie Sanders become president, tell me what to do.
Is it true that Jackie used to host a weekly event called Tuesday Night Goat Fights?
What?
What is the best way to get my $11.50 back from Jackie Jr.?
I ain't got a word to say on that.
That money's gone. I'll tell you that right now.
Well,
if you bring it, how much do you value your ears? Do you want to get one of them sliced off and thrown on the floor? Then I would say, don't worry about the $11.
Leave it alone. I don't want to talk about it. Leave it alone.
Thanks, Twitter. That's the most questions we ever had on Twitter, although some of them were just pictures and videos.
Which is fine. I just ain't got time to look at them right now.
We're barreling through these.
Let's go.
All right, so we're over here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just see if we did. No, we didn't get any more. All right, so now moving off Twitter, we're going to Facebook. Now, here we got a bunch.
Let me see if I can get the read.
I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up.
All right.
Now we're going to go down here. And see, it doesn't come in. I don't know how to arrange this in the order people asked. So
I don't know the first thing about the computer, how that works. I don't know somebody talking the thing and come to us. I don't understand how I read it.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through here. Dylan Patton asked, what size shoes do y'all wear?
I wear about 11.5.
Yeah, I wear somewhere between a 10.5 wide and a 12, depending on what's on sale. Jackie, have you ever considered shaving your head and trimming your beard to look like Walter White?
Oh.
Conspiracy questions. Those are from Dylan Patton. Here's one from Jan Eischinger.
Wow.
Conspiracy questions. Will Bernie have a heart attack? Will Trump's plane crash? If so, when?
Oh, yeah. I don't think everybody going to... They don't have to worry about... As bad as the Clintons are, I don't think that it's gotten to that level yet to kill somebody, you know.
You don't think she's ever killed anybody?
No, I didn't say that. I just don't
okay.
think we got to the point where it's time to, kill someone yet. With Bernie
I
Sanders,
see. Okay.
they don't have to worry about it because they know damn well all y'all be saying that. So she's devious, she's liable to something come happen to him, but I don't think they're going to kill him, not just yet.
Okay, so I want to start trying to do one question per person, just so we can get through this. If we have plenty of time left over, maybe we'll go back.
We appreciate y'all asking so many
do.
questions, but it's
and
not
I'm
fair.
choosing on the fly, so I may not be getting the best one. But Chris Crook, a lot of these are old friends who talk to us all the time on here. I think everybody we've gotten a question from. We appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you kindly, yeah.
Chris Crook says, is Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump the election America deserves?
After 8 years of Obama, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You think we should have gotten rid of Obama? By not getting rid of Obama earlier, we deserve Clinton versus Trump.
Obama put this country in a mess it's in and gave us the messy choices that we got. So you voted to keep Obama in twice. This is what you get next.
Our friend little Guy Lancaster. Our friend Guy Lancaster, who runs Wikipedia, our Wikipedia entry. I think some other people also help. But we've just made Guy the Wikipedia guy.
Yeah.
Little Sissy Rinsgard made any prophecies about the election yet? And speaking of Little Sissy, here's an idea. If she has another accident, maybe she could bring back some Fred Thompson tweets from the other side. We could ask her about that. That's not a bad idea. Jackie, you got it.
How old is she now?
She's aging in a strange way.
She was speaking in tongues or something last time she was prophesizing, I believe.
Right. It seems like she's aged because now she seems to be in her mid-40s, but she's still supposed to be like 12.
Well, when you get older, you don't have as many accidents, and as long as I keep her away from her daddy, she'll be all right, hopefully. I'd love to hear from Fred Thompson, but it ain't worth a little girl dying over. I'm going to say right now. Let nature take its course. Love to have Nancy Reagan back. Wouldn't make a trade for a little girl or even a 40-year-old one.
I did hear that Little Sissy Rinsgard was talking to the Cruz campaign.
Wow.
But I don't know if she was helping them or if they didn't like what they heard. But that could have been anything. It could have been you'll never be president, or it could have been you'll be president and bring doom and destruction to our nation and world.
Probably one of the two, I think.
Or it could have been, my third eye sees right through you. You have satanic tendencies. There's a demon in you, Ted Cruz. One that I cannot cast out.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming. I don't know what
I don't know what she say either.
Let's see. Uncle Buford Solomon give us a few on here.
Yeah.
Do you think Bernie Sanders is proof that the Vietnam War took America's best and brightest?
Why?
Guy Lancaster. Oh, well, okay. I already started. How's Green Bean doing these days? That's a good question. We haven't checked in with old Green Bean lately. I should ask Lily Oat Milk and see if she's heard anything.
Probably wandering around somewhere with a damn stupid costume on.
John Holliday says, how big were Ronald Reagan's hands?
Why?
Do you think hand size correlates with presidential
leadership? That's Trump stuff. I don't want to even think about that. Don't make jokes about hands with Ronald Reagan. You shouldn't do that. He wouldn't stand for it. poor Nancy Reagan had to live long enough to see well, I don't know if she was watching or not, but if she was, to see a man running for Republican Party talk about his thing on TV. And just I hope he knows that may have been what she could have. Some people live on to later ages. A lot of people do. That 107-year-old woman and Obama give injections in the knees. It may have been Trump talking about his thing that just
So
Nancy,
you're
Nancy
saying
had enough.
Trump killed Nancy Reagan. Possibly.
No. I'm saying if she was like me, an older person who knew what the Republican Party standed for when Reagan was around, and now looking at all these idiots, she said, well, if one of these people is going to end up president, I just don't want to see it. Ronald said that and reached down, got a heart, bring her up heaven.
Didn't want her to see it.
Yeah.
Took her like right before.
Somebody told him he's probably up in heaven. Did you see what Donald Trump said about his thing on TV? And he said, I got to go get Nancy.
I'll bet you if somebody told, like an angel told him that?
Some other angel, yeah.
Or maybe like Ronald Coleman or somebody.
Any angel up there, whoever.
And then he's like, you know what? Give me one of them Pegasuses, because I'm going down there and I'm going to get Trump. And they're like, no, they had to hold him back. I bet a flock of angels had to hold Ronald Reagan back from riding down to earth on a lightning bolt and kicking Donald Trump's ass for talking about his dick.
All right, I don't want to hear it over and over again. It's bad enough it happened.
That was from John Holiday. James Savage says Jackie and Dunlap is Squidbillies. He may be talking about the drawing that accompanies us, or he may just be putting words together. I'm not sure. It's a good idea. Would you like to have several tentacles?
What?
Dylan Patton says, did Jackie ever reunite with his son? Jackie Bowles Jr. seems to have opened a bait and snakehead shop close to my cottage over in Rome, Georgia.
I don't care what he did. Don't care first thing about it. I don't. As personal business, I don't know you. If somebody on the computer ought not be talking personal business with
I
me.
think we've known Dylan for a long time.
Well,
I mean, computer known.
I don't. I ain't knowing nobody right there, as far as I'm concerned.
Uncle Buford Solomon, damn, I'm doing terrible on keeping these down to one per person. Says, do you think this is subliminal messages? Listen to this, Jackie. It's pretty good. The last four letters in American are I can.
Yeah.
The last four letters in Republican are I can.
Yeah.
The last four letters in Democrats are rats.
That's good. Who said that now?
Uncle Buford Solomon.
Well, appreciate that. No, I remember that one. I got to tell that one at the store. That's good. Rats.
He may.
Rats, yeah.
I don't know who's doing Fred Thompson's tweets now, but maybe Uncle.
Oh, that'd be a work. That's almost worthy. Yeah, you keep practicing, Uncle Buford Solomon, and you be good, Fred Thompson. Get on Twitter. I'll read it if you keep that up. I'll read it. Yes, sir.
A lot here from Dylan and Uncle Buford Solomon. Some of these are pretty good. We're just barreling through them. Kevin Conroy says, what do you think poses a bigger threat to Ted Cruz's candidacy? The fact that he was born in Canada or the fact that he is the Zodiac Killer?
Zodiac Killer.
A lot of people seem to believe that Ted Cruz was the Zodiac Killer.
How old would he have been? That's years ago. How old would he have been being running around Zodiac Killer?
Age-wise, it doesn't work out.
No.
Personality-wise, I can totally see it.
I see that. I understand that. That's fun to talk about, but he ain't no Zodiac, whatever.
Phil Rayleigh says, doesn't Jeb Bush look like he should be on public broadcasting Saturday mornings doing instructional programs about how to build birdhouses?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Hell, he'd mess that up. He wouldn't know how to do that.
No bird would get in that house.
Hell no.
Tell you what, he'd be standing outside like, I don't know where all the birds are.
Yeah.
The bird fly by shit on his head.
That'd be good.
That'd be a good show.
I'd watch it,
it. First, it'd be like him in a wood shop, like trying to hammer and wood going everywhere.
Yep.
And he's like, oh. And then him outside with one like a shitty ass birdhouse up on a tree.
It's funny. Don't keep doing it.
It's funny when I say bird shits on him.
All right. Yes, I like that.
But
yeah, it's funny.
Okay, I'll just say a terrible birdhouse up on a tree, and he's standing there. I've had this birdhouse up all morning and no birds have come by. I don't know where all the birds are. I guess they don't like my birdhouse or something. And then a bird flies by. Now, here's what I think of your birdhouse. Shit on your head.
Don't say it. I made me laugh once. I'm going to embarrass myself on here.
It's good.
That'd be a good show. I'd watch that probably, but once.
Here's a good question from Dylan Patton. I'm going to loophole this one in because I want to hear the answer. Why the fuck
Hey.
has Jackie been swearing
Why?
so effing much lately?
Hey.
Geez, he needs to watch his effing mouth these
All
days.
right.
I mean, shit.
Hey, you never heard me say that. Look, I'm a grown man. If I want to say SHT every now and then, I'm going to say it. You know, when I get real mad, I've been known to say GD, and I'll get down on my knees. Well, not my knees, can't get up back up, but I'll ask for forgiveness right after saying it and know that I was wrong. So knowing that you're wrong is important when you're cussing. Just know if you get mad and cuss, know you shouldn't be doing it. And I apologize to you, even though you shouldn't have been cussing. I apologize to all the listeners. I'll try to work harder on that, not cussing or laughing at him cussing. But he said about Jeb Bush. Come on, I can laugh at that.
Uncle Buford Solomon says, and it's pretty good again, do you think Dr. Ben Carson should change his last name to Ghazi? That way he could be Hillary's best foe in the fall election.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Ben Ghazi.
That's kind of disrespectful, though, to the people who died over there.
Well, yeah, she disrespected him.
Oh, yeah, much worse
than
than changing your name to it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Do you think Uncle Buford Solomon, again, I'm sorry, I'm loopholing a few in here. Do you think Socialist Sanders got mad when he had to give his delegates in New Hampshire to the loser, or was he happy that socialism worked?
I don't know anything Bernie Sanders is happy about. He doesn't look happy to me ever. He always like, oh, rah, rah, rah. Just, he never seems happy no matter what happens. An angry old man and say it's rich people's fault. It's rich people's fault. I'm so damn mad. You know.
If he won, here's the kind of speech he'd give if he won the presidency. Everybody'd be like, what in the hell? He must be the happiest. Can you imagine how thrilled he must be? And then he'd go up there and go, it's no time for celebrations. We have a lot of work to do. Or however he sounds.
Yeah.
That wasn't very
good.
That
sounded enough
I think my Jeb Bush was better.
Yeah.
Bring everybody down. People wanting to celebrate. He'd be like, put down your drinks and turn down the music.
It's not time, yeah.
Roll up your sleeves. It's time.
We all have to pitch in. So let me show you how socialism works. All of you,
no fun.
Yeah.
And give me all your toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
Is that communism?
It's the same thing as far as I'm concerned.
Phil Rayleigh says, would Ben Carson have been great as the brilliant neurosurgeon who tries to win Donna away from Fred on Sanford and Son? Just imagine hearing Fred say, how would you like me to conjoin 5 of these across your lip?
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Fred Sanford's funny. He's always good and funny. I like him, yeah.
Ben Carson, if you take the race thing away from this question, I could totally see this working. Ben Carson being on Sanford and Son is a romantic rival to Fred Sanford. That would work. Because in a way, again, race aside, just temperament, what their house looks like on the inside, they're opposites.
They are. That's the total opposite there, yeah.
I'm just going to stop talking about it. Al Moore says, hey, Dunlap, everyone loved the cranberry fluffs I served up for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanks for the recipe. Going to whip up another batch for Easter, so my question for Jackie Broyles is, does pill sauce saucify erectile dysfunction drugs?
All right.
Well, he's asking for a relative, he says.
Well, if you go down, whatever kind of medicine is, I don't need to know what's wrong with personally, they'll put it in the food for you. If that's what your problem is, if you go down, it's medicated table, the name of it, go down there, take your medicine, they'll put it in the food for you. And if that's a problem, though, you better hurry up and finish eating and get out of there, because they will throw you out if you take that pill and, whatever happens. You can't happen there in the
That's
restaurant.
happened before. And they're like, look, y'all got to get a room.
Yeah.
Even if they don't get a room and they just walking around showing off, that's happened too.
Yeah, you don't need to get up.
Which I understand. People sometimes want to put on a little show.
Ain't no show with people in a restaurant, especially sick people in a restaurant, need to see. Eat you whatever they put it in, pudding, steak, hamburger, whatever, eat it and get out of there, and then go about your business in a private place.
I ain't been there in a while. I almost forgot that place even existed. Thanks, Al Moore. I'm going to loophole you in. Hey, boys, which would scare you the most, a certified letter from a Nashville lawyer or a knock on the door from a Memphis detective?
Shoo-wee. That's a hell of a bind right there.
Can you imagine?
Ooh-wee. No, sir.
What if you had a Nashville lawyer at the front door and a Memphis detective at the back?
Oh, good God Almighty. You
done for.
Yeah, done for, yeah. That's a whole situation I'm never in.
Dylan Patton... Sorry. Okay, Jackie, what social network is Chachi? I've been supporting you guys for years on everything, but I can't seem to find it. Is it some Dixie Redneck Mafia private site?
I don't know. First thing about computers, if you don't know it, you're asking the wrong person. It's iTunes, Chachi's, Twitter's, Facebook's.
You probably should Google it.
It's all, look, we're on it, whatever it is. I know that. You're supposed to go there and listen to this or see it or whatever. I don't know. YouTube's, I forgot YouTube's. It's in there. iTunes, YouTube's, Chachi's, Twitter's, and Facebook's. That's all of it. I remember this. I'm learning about computers.
Ed Violette, Violette. I never know how you say your name, Ed. I messed that up. I don't even know how to say it. I don't know how to say your name, apparently. Ed says, is it possible that recent allegations of a Rubio sexual affair, gross, were planted by his campaign to distract from the persistent rumors about his sexuality?
His sexuality?
Like when the then Florida Governor Charlie Crist was caught making out in a glass elevator with the wife of a close friend. Well, I didn't know about the Charlie Crist thing. And again, these are all allegations. Rubio is a complex person. Complex character on the political scene.
What are they saying? He gay? Is that what they're trying to
I think they're saying that they're putting out allegations.
They do that to every president, Democrat anyway. Remember, there's a woman in Texas said Obama was a gay man, sold himself on the street, something like that.
Well, they're saying that now. That they're saying Rubio had an affair with a lady to cover up gay stuff.
Well, if he gay, ain't gonna have no, thing with a lady. That's not how it works.
I know Republicans are not. Some Republicans are not big on the whole gay equality thing.
At this point, I don't give a damn one way or the other. Obviously, Obama ain't gay. He got a wife and children. Now, he ain't gay, but they say he is. So if they say Rubio is, I don't believe nothing until he, if he wants to admit it, that's fine. I don't care.
I guess my question is, could it hurt?
Oh, at this point, no. Hell, he'd go up in the polls if he come out.
I think
and
it'd
said,
help him.
Rubio come out and said, "I just want to let everybody know I'm gay."
Oh, by the way, I'm gay.
Yeah. Anything help that man. What's it like for him at night to sit there and try to go to sleep knowing that people like Ted Cruz more than him?
Can you imagine looking in a mirror and saying, people like Ted Cruz more than they like this fella right here?
I would ought to put a barrel in my mouth. I'm not suggesting he do that. I'm just saying.
Look, this man cannot catch a break. We thought he was done after New Hampshire.
Yeah.
We sat there in that ski lodge or whatever it was, meth house, hotel, and we thought he was done. We said it to a British person.
Yeah.
And we all laughed and said, "See you later, Marco Rubio." And then in a few days, he was supposed to be the great middle-of-the-road hope for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
And we're like, dang, I guess he's doing okay. Now he's done for again. I guess next week he'll have sewn it all up by Saturday. I don't understand Marco Rubio. He's having a roller coaster election season. Everything was going supposedly as they had planned. They wanted to peak at the right time, and they did. They just didn't count on Donald Trump being a thing that actually stuck around. They actually peaked at the right time if this had been any other election in history. But unfortunately, it's 2016, and nothing makes any sense.
Nope.
So Marco Rubio is possibly done for, possibly not. And that is some hard-hitting election analysis that you can take to the bank. I'm going to give Ed one more. When Trump says that he'll run this country like a business, does he mean that he'll rack up debt, personally pay himself huge bonuses, declare bankruptcy, and then leave other nations holding the bag?
That's a good possibility.
Yeah, I think that's
But worse.
but worse.
Yeah.
Or does he plan on nominating Darrell Issa as his running mate so that they can burn the nation down and claim the insurance money?
Yeah. Wouldn't put it past him.
Phil Rayleigh has a good question. I know we've heard from him, but I think at this point all we have are people who've given us multiple questions. Phil Rayleigh says, do you think that when Burt Reynolds dies, it would be best for the country that it be kept a secret for at least 50 years? I honestly believe that as a nation we are not prepared to deal with it. Phil, look, I don't want to be morbid, but sometimes what heals a nation so divided as ours is coming together in mourning.
That's true, yeah.
Now, I think I'm not suggesting Burt Reynolds kill himself.
No, good Lord.
I'm
no.
saying that if the time comes, somebody like Burt Reynolds might be able to bring together people from the left and the right and the middle.
Everybody loves Burt Reynolds, yeah.
They can get together and they can, and as a nation, as a one, we can move forward. I mean, that's glass half full.
I say we leave it at that. I won't keep that in mind. You said something nice, said Dunlap. Don't usually hear nice things come out of your mouth. I don't like Burt Reynolds, the idea of him dying at all. But everybody coming together, left, right, and in mourning, first off, which is kind of happening now because of Donald Trump, except for some of the right. Some of them like him. But other than that, we need to come together. It's impossible. You can't do it anymore. I was sitting there saying, let's come together, and I'm sitting there thinking about Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. There ain't no way you can do it. There's no way.
Yeah, sorry. But I hope that they tour his carcass around the country. Maybe in a trailer being towed by a Trans Am.
Just put him in the ground and, everybody mourn him in their own way.
Or they could do that.
Yeah. Don't worry about coming together. Take that back. Thought it was a good thing. It's not.
Dylan Patton says the Red State Update curse is back. Well, actually, he says the fucking Red State Update curse is back. Look back to the videos. Oh, wow. Okay, this is true. Look back to the videos of Jackie visiting the Reagan Library, which was about 6 months ago. I think back in September. Was it the first Republican debate? The second one, maybe? He referred to Nancy Reagan, God rest her soul,
Yeah.
polite young Dylan Patton, and now she's gone?
What?
When we went to the Reagan Library,
No, I know what you're saying here. No. Now, look, see, like we said earlier.
you said she was dead.
She's 90-something years old. I thought she was gone. I didn't know. I'm glad she wasn't at the time, but now she is. Anybody that's up in age like that, you think more than likely is gone, even if it's still here.
Listen, Jackie, you've got everybody running scared.
What?
Down in the comment thread of this, Dylan Patton asked Guy Lancaster, our Wikipedia man, for some input, and Guy Lancaster says, to date, because he's got all the data, he can run the numbers. He's like the Nate Silver of the Red State Update podcast. He says, to date, the curse has targeted actors. Now the Red State Update curse has taken down the wife of an actor. Let us all pray that the mercy of Hurt Ghostbird shields those of us whose names are being mentioned in this episode. And then Rodney Hatfield, sorry, Rodney, we may have just killed you. Rodney Hatfield says she was an actress, too.
That's right, she was.
And then Ed Violetti says, that's got to be it, right?
I don't
Ed
know.
Violetti.
I can
Then
barely
Ed
see it.
Violetti says, she was, Rodney. Curse you, Jackie. You
Hey.
killed Nancy.
I didn't do no such thing. Don't.
And then he says, so much for those top-notch presidential doctors, man.
She was 94 years old. They kept her alive.
They can
that
get a
long.
107-year-old woman to dance for Obama, but they can't keep Nancy Reagan.
Like I
That does
said,
sound like a conspiracy to me.
If Nancy Reagan is sitting at home watching the Republicans' debates and they come in with the injections for her knees and she sees Donald Trump talk about his thing, she says, don't give me any more. Don't give me
I
any
see.
more. That's
I
what
see.
I'm saying.
Okay, folks, we're going to say this is not the Red State Update curse.
No.
But this is the Donald Trump curse.
Donald Trump, yeah. There'll be a lot of people dying. You wait and see.
Thank you, boys. This podcast, I think, is 90% in-jokes. I don't even know where to start beginning to explain that. If this is your first podcast, just go back and start at number
Ain't
one.
nobody gonna. This ain't the. No.
Yeah, we're done. We're not. And we're sort of like Donald Trump. We have a high floor, but a low ceiling.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's opposite. Maybe we got a low ceiling. We may have a low floor and a low ceiling. Let's be honest.
All right.
Dunlap, what the fuck? Okay, I'm just going to give Dylan another one. Dunlap, what the fuck happened to your dad? I heard he and your mom were starting a new Unitarian church made out of fruit crates and using colored cellophane rolls as mock stained glass windows. No mention of Hurtbird, though. I heard the poor man was back on the bottle, says Ed. Look.
They answering the questions themselves. They don't even need us to participate.
Really, they don't.
These
at this
people
point.
know enough about all this stuff that they could just take care of it themselves.
When we quit doing this,
take out the middleman here. We don't
Right.
have to, yeah.
when we're done with this podcast, y'all can just keep it going. I mean, I don't like to talk about my family. I can tell you, he and my mom wouldn't be starting nothing together unless there's something going on I ain't heard about, which is possible. They do seem to get back together every few years. I have seen him use colored cellophane as stained glass windows. So you are about 75% correct. I don't know. I ain't talked to him lately. He knows I ain't got no money.
I ain't seen him in a while, yeah.
Let's see. Al Moore says, with all the chaos and turmoil engulfing the GOP primaries these days, I'm thinking little Bobby could ride into the convention on his white horse and wrest the nomination away from these jokers. Then Lil BJ would name the Murph's finest as his running mate. Do you think America would back a Jindal Jekyll Jr. ticket?
I think Jekyll, that sort of thing happened here, him with that mask on and being odd and different. I think that was started to get the ball rolling to where we are with Trump, I think.
Except he's a much better mayor.
No, he handles things. At first, that's what we thought. We thought, well, good Lord, he crazy as hell. I don't want him to be, he ain't go, everything go to hell. And the exact opposite happened. He's run things good. If you got to wear some weird, crazy mask to make you do good work or be a good politician, do what you say he's going to do, then so be it.
Dylan Patton said, first, and the only problem I see, Al Moore, another problem I see here is that Bobby Jindal never going to get on a horse. It's just not gonna happen.
No, he couldn't. No.
The horse wouldn't even. Dylan Patton says, Dunlap, are you currently dating anyone? I heard a rumor you were seen walking the new square with Murky Shellback's wife. Well, that's true. Now, I went to school with her. She looks good for her age.
You better, she's a married woman. I better not hear nothing about that.
She looks good for her age.
All right.
But we are just friends. And I was talking to her about planning a high school reunion. I think we got one of those coming up. I'll tell if we're still doing this podcast by then, folks. I'll let you know about. Y'all know a lot of people I went to school with, just from the our crazy stories talking about that crazy town, Murfreesboro. Did I miss anybody? I know I did. I was.
Well, you can't get everybody every time. You did the best you could, and I feel like we answered enough of those.
We did answer. It seemed like there was one where somebody asked why you ain't running for president this time, and now I can't find it.
I wouldn't want if being running for president, if it meant you had to be on stage with any of those people, that's the last place in the world I'd ever want to be. No, sir. Not going to have anything to do with any of them.
Who would you most want to be on stage with, though, if you could be with one of the presidential candidates? Any of them that been running the whole time?
What do you mean?
Lindsey Graham, Huckabee. Let's think back. All of them. Rick Perry.
I like Rick Perry. He'd be nice,
Dr. Ben Carson. Think about, okay,
Dr.
what if
Ben
you could
Carson,
be on a
if
stage?
he was still in the race, if I could be on the other side of him,
and Rick Perry on the other side?
that'd be all right. I wouldn't mind that. I don't want to run for president, but if we say we was waiting in line to get on a ride or something.
That'd be fun.
At a carnival.
Or maybe you go to Dairy Queen together or something.
Yeah, something like that. I wouldn't mind being between them two. That wouldn't bother me none.
Now I can't get these comments to come up, so I'm just going to say we're done.
Is this it?
Let's see how long that took. An hour and 10 minutes. It's the shortest you ask them ever, because I think I left out about half your questions.
Well, it's hours all we need to do. I won't have enough time. I'm excited to you going to know it's an end this time. You ain't going to just about, are they still talking or not? Because you're going to hear this song, and I tell you what, we worked on it hard, didn't we?
We worked on it, I don't know how long.
But
we had to write it and sing
y'all wouldn't help us. We asked you to send in a
you
song,
don't have to
and none of y'all would do it. So I said, let's roll up our sleeves and do it on our own. That's what we did.
We like writing songs. We got about 7 albums worth of songs.
Sitting around somewhere, yeah.
So y'all ain't even heard half of them.
Throw this one on the pile as the end of the
When we do the Red State Update podcast album, this will be the closer on that, too.
Oh, yeah, put it on there, yeah.
So you ready? Is this the end then? So this is the first time we're going to have an actual ending, and so I don't really need to talk about it anymore.
Well, we said that. Do you want to talk about the song? I think you just play it's what you do. And then that's
I think you just play it.
When it's over, it's over. Yes, that's done. Next week.
The song says it's the end. We don't need to keep saying it's the end.
Then let the song do. We're gonna let the music and the singing do the talking for us. So, goodbye, friend.
Just have to say good.